Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Together with the Presidential Communications Office, we bring you the latest, widest, and most comprehensive news coverage from the People's Television, IBC, Philippine News Agency, Philippine Information Agency, and Presidential Broadcast Service. I'm Princess Abiba Saripaudak from Radyo Pilipinas. Welcome to Balitang Pambansa.
Tonight's headlines. The palace reiterates government stance regarding the International Criminal Court or ICC after the possibility of an interim release of the former president was floated around. The Marcos administration wants to help those in the vulnerable sector by providing more affordable rides. The Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development, or DSUD, has started on the construction of a 30-story housing project under the Pambansang Babahay para sa Filipino or 4PH program. The Commission on Elections, or COMELEC, is gearing up for the start of the campaign period for local candidates.
The government reiterated that it does not recognize the jurisdiction of the International Criminal Court or ICC in the country amid the supposed possibility of the former president being granted interim release, but certain conditions need to be met first. PTV's Kenneth Pasyente tells us more.
The government reaffirms that it does not recognize the jurisdiction of the International Criminal Court in the country. This was the palace's response when asked if the government is willing to cooperate with the ICC regarding the request for interim release of former President Rodrigo Duterte. One of the conditions for the approval of this request is whether the Philippines agrees to the guidelines set by the ICC. But according to Palace Press Officer Attorney Claire Castro, it was former President Duterte's camp itself that requested the Supreme Court or SC not to cooperate with the ICC.
So it means that if we will not cooperate with the ICC, even that prayer or even that manifestation of the ICC, we will not take cognizance of that.
She further explained that if former President Duterte is granted interim release, his camp should be prepared for the process and the issues that may arise if the Philippines decides to cooperate with the ICC.
Mahirap po kasi na sasabihin natin, although that's hypothetical, sasabihin natin na makikipag-cooperate tayo sa ICC pagdating po sa interim release, dahil lahat po ng issue dyan mabubuksan. Mabubuksan din po kung magkakaroon ng freeze order sa kanyang mga assets. Gugustuhin po ba din ng pamilya Duterte na makipag-cooperate tayo sa ICC para lahat ng kanilang assets, nakatago man o hindi nakatago, ay makikipagtulungan tayo sa ICC para mahagilap lahat ng kanilang assets. But as we speak now, we do not recognize the jurisdiction of the ICC over the Philippines. So, that's it.
The palace also stressed that the government is not hiding any information regarding the Senate hearing on Duterte's arrest. Malacanang explained that there are certain information that cannot be disclosed publicly during the hearing.
Executive privilege po is a constitutional doctrine that allows the president and high-ranking officials, executive officials, to withhold some sensitive information. Especially kung ito po ay magkakaroon na po ng encroachment ng isang branch over to another branch. So may mga pagkakataon po talaga, including po yung mga issues concerning national security, diplomatic relations, military affairs, and internal deliberations within the executive branch. Hindi po ito dapat nais na po publiko.
Furthermore, the palace pointed out that the government is simply following the law, which states that the country has a commitment to cooperate with Interpol and emphasized that this is not a personal attack against the former president. Meanwhile, the palace welcomes the move of the National Bureau of Investigation, or NBI, to cooperate with Interpol in bringing home individuals abroad, spreading fake news about the issue about Duterte.
Opo, dapat noon pa po. Dumadami na po ang mga fake news vloggers at dapat noon pa po nasimulan to. Kaya maraming salamat sa NBI.
From PTV Manila, Kenneth Pasyente, Balitang Pambansa.
Malacanang refuted China's statement accusation that the Philippines is becoming merely a chess piece of other countries in reaction to the visit of U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth on March 28. Presidential Communications Office or PCO Undersecretary Claire Castro underscored that the Philippines is an independent nation and no one can ever influence its decisions regarding its own defense and security. She said further that if China truly values peace, it should adhere to international law and respect the sovereignty of other countries.
Well, if China really believes and concerned about peace and stability in the region, they should abide magiging proyekto patungkol sa ating military operations. Ito po naman ay nasa atin na po. Wala pong pwedeng makialam dito. Tayo po ay independent at walang dapat panghimasok sa anuman po na desisyon ng ating pamahalaan.
To ease the burden of food expenses for the country's underprivileged from the previous limit of 10 kilos, vulnerable sectors in the country, including senior citizens, persons with disabilities, solo parents, and indigents, can now purchase up to 30 kilos of rice for just 29 pesos per kilo. PTV's Floyd Brands has the report.
Senior citizen Nanay Trining works as a housekeeper to make ends meet. Thus, she considers the 29 per kilo rice from the Department of Agriculture or DA a big help in reducing her family's expenses. Before, she was only allowed to buy up to 10 kilos, but Malacanang announced the good news. The purchase limit for bigas 29 has been tripled.
Minsan magbili tang bigas tag 60 dati. Then karon nag 48, 58, 52. O tag 29, malaki na ng tulong sa atin. Ng
Makakatipid.
makatipid na tayo.
Saan niyo po pwedeng gastusin ngayon na may edad na rin kayo?
Sa mga gamot, sa mga vitamins.
With this adjustment, vulnerable sectors including senior citizens, persons with disabilities, solo parents, and indigents can now buy up to 30 kilos of 29 pesos rice under President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.'s rice program. The palace says the program aims to ease the food expenses of the country's most vulnerable sectors.
Ito po'y tulong ng ating pamahalaan para lalong-lalo na po doon sa mga vulnerable sectors katulad po ng mga senior citizen, indigents, para po sila naman po ay gumaan, no, ang kanilang pagbili at makakuha ng supply po ng bigas para sa kanilang pamilya.
The government has allocated 5 billion for the program, which is also expected to benefit local farmers this harvest season.
By increasing the amount of rice that the vulnerable sectors can avail or can access from 10 kilos to 30 kilos, definitely po yung stores, yung buffer stocks po ng NFA will be released, so more space will be available for the NFA to buy more palays from the farmers, especially during the harvest season.
Currently, the government is buying palay from farmers at 18 pesos to 24 pesos per kilo, depending on its condition. To further help farmers, the Department of Agriculture or DA is procuring trucks to help transport harvest to NFA buying stations. Just recently, President Marcos Jr. inspected the new rice processing complex in Isabela, a facility that can dry, mill, and store palay to reduce waste and ensure rice quality. Malacanang says this initiative reflects the administration's commitment to supporting farmers while ensuring an affordable and stable food supply. From PTV Manila, Floyd Brenz, Balitang Pambansa.
The palace says the construction of a 30-story housing project under President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s Pambansang Pabahay para sa Filipino program has begun. The modern San Juan National Housing Project, located in Barangay Batis, San Juan, will offer 1,029 units, each 25 square meters, along with modern facilities like a multi-purpose area. This initiative aims to provide affordable and quality housing to Filipino families in need. Meanwhile, the palace congratulated Filipino tennis player Alex Ayala after qualifying to the semifinals round of the 2025 Miami Open. Ayala defeated world number 2 Iga Swiatek with a score of 6-2, 7-5 in the quarterfinals. According to the Women's Tennis Association, the 19-year-old Ayala is the first Filipino tennis player to reach the semifinals of the said tournament. PCO Undersecretary Claire Castro congratulated Ayala, highlighting that the nation always has been thankful to Filipino athletes who bring honor to the country. The palace challenged Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong to provide evidence for his claims that the 2025 national budget is being used as an election fund. Presidential Communications Office Undersecretary Attorney Claire Castro said that the palace is willing to help if Magalong proves he is facing death threats following his corruption allegations involving the lower house. President Marcos Jr. signed the 2025 General Appropriations Act on December 30, 2024.
Kung meron pong death threat sa kanya, hindi po natin alam kung saan to galing. Kung mapapatunayan din po niya na ito ay galing sa kanyang di umanong pag-expose dito sa election fund patungkol sa GAA, mas maganda po, dati naman din po siya na naging parte ng PNP. Magaling naman po siya mag-imbestiga. Bigay lamang po niya ang lahat ng ebidensya at tayo'y tutulong kung totoong may death threats.
The Philippine National Police or PNP is ready for the local campaign period starting March 28 with directives for swift action on threats and maintaining neutrality. PNP Chief Romel Marbil emphasized collaboration with COMELEC, AFP, and other agencies for enhanced election security and real-time monitoring. Additionally, the PNP reported an 18% drop in nationwide crime during the first quarter of 2025 with significant decreases in Metro Manila, Calabarzon, and Central Visayas. The Commission on Elections or COMELEC reminded the candidates for local positions to abide by the rules on campaigning. The campaign period of local candidates will kick off tomorrow. The poll body wants local candidates to remove their illegally posted campaign materials outside common poster areas before they issue show cause orders. Also, they stress that the candidates should not be involved in any kind of ayuda giving or handing out of assistance to people. The poll body will also look into the expenses of candidates. Everything spent should be declared on their statements of contributions and expenditures or SOSE. On the other news, Lower House Solons is assured that the prosecution will continue to focus on the impeachment case against Vice President Sara Duterte, despite the start of the campaign period for local positions. House Deputy Majority Leader Lawrence Defensor stressed Duterte's obligation to be in the Philippines during the trial. Boang Mayor Rian Dolor was arrested for upon arrival in NAIA. Meanwhile, OFW Representative Marisa Magsino praised the Supreme Court's decision to remove mandatory advance SSS payments for the OFWs. Meanwhile, the Department of Foreign Affairs or DFA was dismayed with the decision of Timor-Leste to not grant the extradition request of the Philippines against former Negros Oriental Representative Arnolfo Teves Jr. According to the DFA, Timor-Leste did not show full trust when it came to the justice system of the Philippines, which is a founding member of the ASEAN and one of the first member states that expressed support to include the said country to the ASEAN. Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla says that the Philippines plans to file a motion for reconsideration to have Teves extradited. The government is set to rehabilitate EDSA completely. According to Department of Transportation or DOTR Secretary Vince Dizon, EDSA has not undergone major repairs for nearly 50 years, making the overhaul very necessary. The agency is carefully studying plans to ensure a smooth transition for motorists and commuters and assures that the EDSA bus carousel will remain operational to continue serving the public. Consultations with local government units are ongoing and full project details will be released once finalized. Meanwhile, the Department of Public Works and Highways, or DPWH, is targeting the project's completion before the end of President Marcos Jr.'s term. A new taste of ice cream is now becoming famous with tourists in Occidental Mindoro. To help us know more about the unique and best-selling dessert with a twist, here's Dayan Godembalem of Philippine Information Agency, Mimaropa.
Looking for a unique summer treat? Try Occidental Mindoro's onion ice cream. We've all heard some unique ice cream flavors such as tilapia ice cream of Nueva Ecija and crocodile ice cream of Davao. This summer, Occidental Mindoro adds another bizarre yet delicious treat to our list, spearheaded by Occidental Mindoro State College researchers, the onion ice cream. But how does our staple sauté ingredient become a sweet treat? According to Arvin Jonathan Flores, Technology Transfer Officer of OMSC, the significant decrease of farm gate price of onions in 2022, which led to huge losses to farmers, pushed their team to develop unique products using onions.
Wala pang established or wala pang nagagawang mga researches patungkol sa paggamit ng sibuyas na kung saan ginamit siya as material sa paggawa ng sweets, specifically ice cream. Luckily, doon sa result ng research namin na patunayan na pwedeng gamitin.
To promote the product, OMSE tied up with the local government through its Municipal Tourism Office. The school also proposes a partnership with the Department of Trade and Industry for the development of the product's label.
Okay yung lasa. Kung ano parang flavoring onion na hindi siya matapang, hindi siya parang iba yung amoy. Blended yung lasa niya with cream milk na matamis na ice cream.
To those who want to try onion ice cream and other unique onion products found in Occidental Mindoro such as onion vinaigrette, paste, wine, and onion vinegar, you may visit OMSE Food Processing Center in Barangay Murta, San Jose, Occidental Mindoro. From Philippine Information Agency, Mimaropa, Dayan Francis Rembalen for Balitang Pambansa.
A tax plays a significant role in nation building, which is why the Bureau of Internal Revenue District Office in Coronadal City launched a tax campaign that aims to promote collaboration and accurate tax payments. Christian Matuliano of Philippine Information Agency's Sergeant tells us more.
The Bureau of Internal Revenue District Office or RDO number 111 in Coronadal City has officially launched the 2025 BIR tax campaign, promoting collaboration and accurate tax payments with the theme, Buwis na Tapat, Tagumpay Nating Lahat. In 2024, BIR RDO 111 achieved a total collection of 3.7 billion pesos, which reflects a remarkable increase of over 100% compared to the figures from 2020.
As we file and pay our taxes correctly, honestly, and with integrity, we will triumph towards the country's economic recovery and development. Today's 2025 tax campaign kickoff gives us the moment to reflect on the profound importance of taxes in shaping the future of our nation.
According to the BIR, one of the agency's initiatives this year is the full digitalization of services and transactions to ensure quicker and more convenient processes.
Yung isang project natin, ito yung RDO 111 Ambition 2025. So ano ba itong ina-ambisyon ng RDO 111? Ang ambisyon natin ay dapat fully digital tayo by the end of 2025.
Along with these initiatives, BIR also reminds the public that their contributions play a significant role in the nation's progress. From the Philippine Information Agency SOC Sergeant, Christian Matuliano, Balitang Pambansa.
A centenarian in the province of Cebu shared her secret to a longer life. Marifel Faith Hammond of Philippine Information Agency Centro Visayas has the details.
Epifania Kamingawan, who marked her 100th birthday on February 6, 2025, is living proof of a life well lived. Born and raised in Tuburan, Cebu, Epifania shared the secret to longevity, which lies in a simple yet nutritious diet, moringa, and fish.
Sikreto na po, sir. Kanalagay itaw, sultan, kamugay, wagilain. Isda na po, subata kamugay. Igin mo diyan kamugay, naagin kamugay.
Her tips for longer life for the young people are to develop basic habits for good health, such as avoiding alcoholic drinks, cigarettes, and eating natural food while limiting meat consumption.
Akong sultan na sulabatan, biyain nyo ang inom, biyain ang sigarilyo, kaon na sa kaon ng natural, dilikin ka ang pinagkan.
Epifania is the only Centenarian beneficiary who received a 100,000 cash gift under Republic Act 11982 or the Expanded Centenarians Act from the National Commission of Senior Citizens during the inaugural cash gift distribution in Tuburan, Cebu.
From the Philippine Information Agency Central Visayas, Marfel Faith Hamon, Balitang Pambansa.
For our weather update, Pagasa spotted a low-pressure area or LPA that was located at 250 kilometers east of Hinatuan, Surigao del Sur. The LPA could bring cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms in Visayas, Caraga, and northern Mindanao. Meanwhile, Metro Manila and the rest of the country will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms caused by the easterlies. And just like that, it's the 27th night of Ramadan. And that concludes our rundown of the latest, widest, and most comprehensive news and information from all across the nation. This is your trusted news source, always ready to inform and serve the Filipino people. Catch Balitang Pambansa again tomorrow on Friday at 7 a.m., 12 noon, 6 p.m., 9:30 p.m. for more updates and developments. From Radyo Pilipinas, I'm Princess Abiba Saripaudak, and this is your Balitang Pambansa.